BMW 323, and this one's over 10 years old and 170 plus thousand miles, and the coolant started leaking, and we're gonna take a look over here at where it happened. So as these cars get older, as you can imagine, stuff gets older, and here this one we have this coolant where you can pour coolant into the radiator, and there's a little container under it, and this is the one that is made out of plastic, and that's the one that kind of developed the crack on the side of it. I'm gonna remove the air filter, and then we're gonna take a better look at it. This will come out pretty easy. 10 millimeter, these two bolts, and on the side these two, and then you can just muscle it out of place. I also took off this plastic cover from the bottom of the car just so I can see better where it was dripping, but in order to fix it, it turned out that I can reach it from up here. And here's the container that I'm talking about. This is the plastic container as it goes down, and that's just simply as the car getting old, plastic getting old and brittle, it developed a crack on its side. Let's see if I can zoom in on the crack. This white little line right here, that's all on the side, that's the one. Right now it stopped leaking because the car is cooled down, but as soon as it heats up and it develops some pressure inside, it's leaking. And in order to replace it, which would be even from a junkyard, they would probably ask for $100 for this piece, I'm gonna use this one, this epoxy glue, which is special for plastic. So I'm gonna sand it down. And I'm gonna prepare the plastic surface so it will be nice and clean, then apply this to it. And kind of the trick is make sure that crack is not oozing any more coolant, because if it's wet the glue is not gonna hold. So for me, if the car is cold and it's not running, then it's not pushing anything out, so it's nice and dry, so I can glue it. Here's a super close-up of the crack. That's the one that I'm gonna sand down and glue it. There it is, sanded down, made the surface nice and scratched up so the glue can stick to it nicer. Just any kind of sandpaper. Okay, there's the final application of the glue. I've put a hell of a lot more than it's needed. So, but since it's a crack, I don't want it to start running up or down on the container. So I'm trying to make sure that whatever it is, it will stay there and it will be stopped. So we'll see. This is the second one that I'm trying to solve like this. I solved another car like this, and that was like 2 years ago, and it's still holding just fine. So that's why I decided to make a video on this one to show it that it might be doable. Okay, here's the final result. I don't know if you can see a difference on the camera or not, but it's nice and tough and strong. So the other one that I did, it was 2 years ago, so hopefully it should be holding just as well. So if you want to be super cheap about fixing something like this, there you go, because these glues are, in my opinion, they became amazingly strong.